Alright guys, so in today's we got the new LR Pikkon here. Hopefully we get serious in these summons again fairly early. I don't want to go too deep on this banner. It's yeah, I'll probably pretty much straight away. It's probably the worst yellow coin allow we've had in a while, I would say. Like, Pikkon himself does look, I'd say, average. It doesn't really look like, to me, a mega defining unit. So that is sucking away. I think they could have definitely picked a lot better character to, you know, actually fill in this slot. You know, like, Pikkon does make sense, obviously the reason he's A's and stuff. It just, to me, feels like there's a lot better fits. Like, could be like LR Kefla, Jira, and something like that. It's just a bit odd we got a Pikkon, but I guess, you know, it is a sort of dead month, or not dead month, but like a quiet sort of period at the moment. So I guess just dropping a random unit like this would make a lot of sense in that sort of case. So I'm assuming that's why they decided let's just drop it now sort of thing, then rather wait several months in the future and then drop him, right? But if I remember correctly, I think Golden Week is like 2 weeks. I think maybe a week, 1 or 2 weeks, I think. So this is sort of the calm before the storm, because usually Golden Week is going to be, well, typically Golden Week is pretty good stuff. So I would assume we could see like Daima characters, whether it be Super Saiyan 4 Goku or something like that. I think Super Saiyan 4 Goku mini would make a lot more sense. But at the same time, when you look at Legends, we just jump straight into Super Saiyan 4 Goku, right? So I think it all depends on sort of how they're feeling, I guess. If they want to go with the mini version or the adult version, it's all up to them. So yeah, I do think Daima is definitely like a higher possibility. It would make a lot of sense for Golden Week to sort of promote that sort of thing. But at the same time, I'm not really too sure who else could fill in that spot. You know, unless they did maybe GT could maybe get something there. I'm not too sure. Yeah, I don't know, like, to me, Daima just seems like the perfect spot to do it, because we will obviously get more Daima busts throughout the year, and probably into next year, so it makes a lot of sense on that part. But, you know, yeah, again, there's no confirmation on who it's going to be, or not even any teasers yet. I will probably expect to say we could get leaks coming just before it. You know, it wouldn't surprise me too much, so if that's the case, if you don't want to get spoiled, maybe like a few days before, I'll make a post on YouTube just saying, hey, you know, just be careful, the leaks could happen any day from now, you know, stuff like that. It may not happen, we might not get any leaks, but at the same time, I sort of would prefer to give you guys a heads up, just in case you do get spoiled. But I guess I have to wait and see, and, you know, what's going to happen in that sort of case, in terms of leaks, because, like, some leaks, you know, obviously happen straight away, but some might take a little bit longer. But, like, V-Jump, for example, you don't see any more V-Jump links anymore. I think that was because the games and that actually caught on to it. It was like, hey, everyone's knowing the new units in that like a week or so before. So I'm pretty sure that's why they stopped doing that, which does sort of suck in a way, because V-Jump was like always like pretty hyped to see. There is still leaks in that, like for example there's some Sparking Zero leaks today. But other than that, there's not really much to do with leaks anymore in terms of V-Jump, so it does sort of suck. But, you know, I guess it's, well, whose fault would it even be? Would it be the magazine fault, or would it be the company's fault? Because the company, like, you know, the Dragon Ball games are giving them this info like weeks before, right, or probably even a month before, just to do the magazine. So I'm assuming it's more the game's fault, but I don't know. But by the way, these summons aren't really looking too well. We haven't really got anyone here that I can actually use. Most of these units here are actually, you know, fully rainbowed, so that does sort of suck for me here. That's why I want to try and get Pikkon as quickly as can and dip out. But I wouldn't mind if we do get semi-shafted. I probably will go for the dupe. So let's say, for example, I pull him later on in the video, and then I can probably go for another few multis and get the pity version. So I get basically a free copy, I guess you can sort of say. So I think that's sort of what I'm going to do, but we'll see what happens. If I get him like the next few multis, I'm just not going to worry about the pity, but that's just sort of the worst, best case scenario, I guess you can call it there. I got Beerus there, hopefully animation, probably not. I'm not expecting anything too good here. My summons even on Legends weren't really the best, so I'm just going to be happy if I can just sort of pull the new unit sort of thing. Okay, we'll just skip past these as much as I can. I wish like Dokkan had a skip button like Legends does. You just have to like fast tap through all of these, which just it gets really boring and repetitive. There's like a few things I want changed, like as well, like the gift box, not gift box, but your trading box, like your cards and that. Why can't we just trade all like R characters, SR characters, stuff like that? You know, it's annoying going individually, just like selecting each one sort of thing. It would be cool if they did that sort of like quality of life update. Anything good in this mode? We did get one screen crack, but it's good that we're getting the 10th anniversary summon animation still. I do like that. I mean, I don't know why they can't add more summon animations. I don't see why it'd be so hard to do. Like, even when you look at it, like, the animations wise, there's not really too much that goes into it, so I don't know why they're so hesitant to sort of do it. You know, you look at the Cell one we had, what, last week? Week before? April Fools. Like, that looked pretty easy to do, I would say, but, I mean, there could be a lot of work behind the animation, I'm not too sure. But to me, it'd make a lot more sense to try and bring in more. But like, how many LR cells is that? Is that the 4th one or something? 3rd one? That's ridiculous. Is he even featured? I don't think he's featured, unless I'm wrong. I know that 17's featured, but... right, hopefully we get Pikkon very soon. This is sort of getting a bit annoying now. Vegeta, nah, nothing there. No fusion, nah. I've sort of run out of things to talk about. You can probably tell in this video I'm quite a bit sick at the moment, so my voice is a little bit different, but hopefully I get better soon, so my voices get a little bit better than this. We're trying to speed up these summons a little bit here, just because they're getting a little bit boring now. Looks like nothing here again. Zeno, nothing? Nope. Okay, we'll just keep going away. I mean, yeah, I think a skip animation would be really good for this. Because like, I did the same thing with like Legends, like you can skip, but if you get the new unit, it sort of stops and shows you sort of thing, to still get the animation. LR Broly, yeah, I needed another LR Broly. Okay, hopefully this is the last one. Oh, I think we've got 2 more after this. Okay, this is the sort of trio we want, and Zeno, there we go, we're done. Alright, well, now that we've got Zeno, I guess we'll just wrap up the video here, just because I don't want to summon anymore in this trash banner. If you guys actually did decide to summon in this banner, let me know how you guys went, if you got lucky or not, or you're saving for Golden Week, stuff like that. And yeah, if you guys like this video and you want to see more, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you as a win the next one.